Dun, dun, dun. Oh, shout. All right, let's get. All right, can y'all just like make some comments and scroll that advertisement up that they have up there? I just have an advertisement on my comment section. Can y'all just scroll it up for me? Just any nonsense comments, just reading salutations. Just scroll it up for me. I just need like 10 comments, if you need emojis, anything. Let's just get that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's just get that advertisement off the screen. I think two more comments. It's gone. One more comment. One more comment. Yeah, there we go. It's gone. Thank you all. Thank you all. Hey, hey, welcome. Welcome to Conversations with TNathan. And listen, listen, I promised you all, I promised something, and I'm going to do it as soon as I found out that they have Ouija boards that you can download for your computer. So, yeah, so we're going to have, I was thinking about doing it for the Halloween, but I can't wait that long. So I found a Ouija board that I can download. Jay, you know what you're supposed to do before you come over here? You're supposed to check out YouTube and tell me everything's okay over there. You can make one out of paint. Listen, y'all keep telling me that like you all have not seen. You from snatchers have better arts and crafts skills than I am not an arts and crafts skills guy. Keep telling me that like you can make one. I'm sure I can make a lot of things. I don't wish to. Y'all be saying that like that's some great achievement. I'm sure you can make one. Someone had to make them. I can fight. I can read something well. Strategist, tacticianist. I am not a Ouija board maker. Not a Ouija. I can fire. I'm accurate at distance. I'm not a Ouija board. I am a martial artist. I am not a Ouija board maker. I have to do everything. Next thing you're gonna be telling me how to grow a garden. No, this is just accept the fact. If I say I'm looking for something, that means I cannot make it. Trust me. And I don't want to make it. What's the one-time skill? There are people who have made them and they made some digital. So we're going to conduct now be wrong debate with Charlie Kirk. Do a digital Ouija board as soon as I get it. As soon as I gotta go through and read about them and see how they go. So, all right, good. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. So we're gonna get to that, and I'll let you know when. We're definitely gonna get you some rain. I'm sorry. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted right now. You're pushing me. You're really pushing me right now. Okay. Are we live everywhere? We're live. Yep. We're good. Yeah. You're gonna be nice to me today. Listen, listen. Joel Tinney is from your state. Joel Tinney, is he from Iowa or did he just move there? Because he has some charges in Minnesota. I thought it was he has some charges in Minnesota, but I don't know. Is he? I don't know. Is he from Iowa? I don't claim him. Oh, you claim him. Let me know who you claim him. Yeah, I'm on time. Jessica, greetings and salutations, everyone. Like I was just saying, I found the digital Ouija board, and we will be conducting our Ouija board debate. Wrong, you were wrong. Debate with Charlie Kirk sometime. So that's what I'm gonna build it at. So, you were wrong. Debate with Charlie Kirk and Tina. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I have to translate because I wonder how does the Ouija board respond to you talking about both sides of your neck? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have to. Um, y'all just get in here. Remember, if you would like to help those who are homeless, help the work we do. This is Cash App. You can do that. If you need PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or others, let me know. And I'll give you that information too. Somebody asking me for this information. I say it right there. And I don't donate anyway. So don't ask me if you're not going to donate. Don't ask my mods in the comment this information in the comment section when you have no Bella's here. You have no intention of donating. Just it may be polls and some of his answers. I just found out. Well, I didn't just find out. I should have known. This one guy, um, nephew sent me his video. I forgot to capture the name. I don't know, but nephew tagged him in it, and he was talking about Charlie Kirk died for their sin. He said our sins, and so I was like, I like me and my sins get along just fine. Leave me and my sins alone. Too soon? Too? No, you said too soon. So you didn't say too. You didn't say TOO soon. So it must be all right. So it must be all right. Like, yeah, I know. He's the English grandma. Indeed. Anyway, listen, listen. He said he died for our sins. So he- what else he do with your sins? Listen, he was Jesus. What does this mean? I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's religion, but you understand Jesus is not my God. Jesus didn't answer one years, and they had the number to be praise Jesus. No, I'm good. Good. Don't get me started. I'm telling you, don't get me started. This is my life, and I will hurt you. So yes, I also took the opportunity today, to drop a little video. Is Joe in jail yet? How is the guy? Listen, the fact that he has a holiday for his birthday is wild. Who has a holiday for their birthday? You're talking about October 14th, the day that Charlie Kirk was born. Listen, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. If they make October 14th a national holiday because of Charlie Kirk, I'm celebrating it as George Floyd Day because that's his birthday. I'm gonna start a campaign that October 14th, all we gonna turn up and celebrate George Floyd's birthday. I'm not revolting. I'm celebrating. I'm gonna start a whole campaign to celebrate as George Floyd's birthday. I'm gonna make them so mad. Oh yeah, I live to make. This is my special purpose. We're going to celebrate October the 14th as George Floyd's birthday. If they talk about making it a national, if they make it a national holiday, they're gonna have to make me celebrate it as his birthday. That's not gonna happen. I'm going to literally, I'm going to have flyers. I'm having an event in the park, and I'm having an event in the park. So National George Floyd Day. It's October 14th. Tell me different. Uh, Play with us. Play with us. I'm gonna make them. I live for it. Let me show you. I think some people don't understand what I live for. So I had to make a video. I had to make a video explaining what I stood for because I think some people don't understand. Let's get it. What TNathan is?
Let's have a reality check with TNathan for just a moment. I don't think some of you all understand what I mean by I stand in opposition to the oppressor. I fight for the rights and privileges of the oppressed to live a life without said oppression. That means I stand in opposition to the oppressor on every level, even them breathing. But I digress. So some of you all will look at me as I champion a situation that is inherently oppressive and think that I should base it upon if I like the person or not. There's a difference between me not liking you because you're a dick or a weak ass bitch, and a difference in you being an oppressor that is dealing in oppression and don't care if people live, die, or suffer under said oppression. Those are two different things. The oppressive
Petra,
ideology rooted in
don't you
white
go nowhere.
supremacy, manifested in colonization, and seeking to differentiate between humanity based upon the color of your skin, who you choose to love, or even your gender is where I stand in opposition to. So that means that just because I don't like you doesn't mean I'm going to allow the oppressor to implement a system as you as the test subject, because the oppressor will always do what the oppressor does. Once it finds out they can get you not to care about people you don't like, they will start attacking people you do like. And what are you going to do then? See, the ideology that does that means you have no strategical or tactical plan to actually address oppression. You're just no better than people who just want to be patted on the back, and the same people that say, well, they're not going after me, they're not going after you right now. The oppressor is the oppressor, and they are the enemy. Welcome to my reality check.
Welcome to my reality check. That is my reality check. And I have to give it because Petra better be in here. Petra, yeah, I need to address Petra. Petra, I know, listen, I don't understand. Are you come to, I'm talking. I'm not texting you back and forth. I'm talking to you in the live right now. Listen, y'all let me know when Petra gets in here. Yeah, I'm going to, because people testing my gangster. I'm tired of people testing my gangster. Yeah, people testing my gangster, so I'm gonna have to show them what gangster looks like. All right, how you all doing? So do you understand? Do you understand? That is who I am. That's where I stand. When um and sometimes I think people know that, but they don't know that. Do you know what I mean? It's like they feel me, but they don't feel. And that's what I want you all to do. I want you to feel me. I want you to feel me. Understand that's who I am. That's where I stand. That's what I fight against. If you think that I like everybody I'm fighting for, yeah, you all y'all are nice, but that's special. Um, I don't. Hold on for a minute. Let me get. I got a couple of things I also want to share with you. I think I want to share these things with you. I think I do. Hold on. One more thing. I gotta shuffle over here, and I'm just doing this because I have to. I have to share this with you all because I don't play. And I was telling somebody about this earlier, and I'm not calling out the woman who did it. This is really for you, Petra. Is Petra in here? Yeah, Petra, stop snitching on me. All right. First, to address what you said, Petra, I was. How do you think they traced down the story in 2020? See, I don't think people realize who I am or what I have done over the course of my life. I'm not looking to tell Snoops anything. They contacted me in 2020. I told them the picture wasn't taken in in North Carolina, and I didn't want. I sent them the video I had made. They chose to do it that way. I didn't want to. It's just like I told Don. Don sent me a comment where they said it's from a movie from some 2015, Water, a movie I have watched, and I was like, you understand? I don't. I tell people when and they say things, and I'll be like, yeah, this is who I am. There are many things that I have done that people have taken and claimed. Craig Long in here. Craig Long's in here. So, right, Whitewater. And I told Don I hadn't seen the movie in a while, but I was like, you think I took a picture from a movie 5 years earlier and started using it? Make it make sense. The movie, and I've seen the movie, and I'll play the movie for you that they say, but that picture's nowhere in that movie. She didn't have to out you, but at least correct the story. Right, right. Did she make has she made a video? I haven't seen. Did she make a video after? I contacted her in DMs. I didn't even. I could have made a video. I could have made a video, but I contacted her in DMs because I think she just got the information from somewhere else, and I contacted her in DMs. So you all want to know what we're talking about. What's up, Dog Knight? Put that on hold for a moment. You want to know what I'm talking about, and I am talking about the Ministry of Truth Peace. We're going to come to that. But I want to, y'all want to know what Petra and I are talking about, and Petra snitched on me about? Let's get to it.
So, by popular request, we're going to ask this question. You got one day to be white. What are you doing with it?
Okay, this picture was taken approximately 35 minutes from my home up Highway 49 in a place called Stone County. Now, if I was white for a day, I would go to their clavern, and here's how you spell it, and you can look it up for yourself. I would go to their clavern and I would unalive everybody there for the monthly meeting. And then if I had enough time, I would go find Carolyn Bryant. If you don't know who she is, look her up and look her up with Emmett Till. And I would go unalive her also. Yeah, that's what I would do. And if I had enough time, I would try that potato salad with raisins in it and to see what's the big fascination over it. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. Now, you I remember this. Okay, you remember that from. Let me show you something. Tell me if you can see. I remember that. So I'm gonna move this up here and blow this up. Now, do you see the date in red? Look at this video, right? And see where I posted this video. This video is from 2020. This video is from 2020. You see the picture? That's from my camera. You see the picture. Now, since 2020, you can see this all over. But if you go back and look at when people started to use this, you will see. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it until the story came out where this was supposed to be the Klan in North Carolina. People using this and this is the Klan in North Carolina. I was like, it's from my camera. Now, I originally posted this picture on Facebook. This is when I still had my large Facebook account. I just got tired of Facebook and I delete my accounts every time. Like on Facebook and Instagram, I used to delete my accounts when they got to a certain level because they became too many fascination things. Petra and I had a YouTube channel anyway, so I really didn't need it. And you all understand, I've never been the type that needed to seek attention because I get attention from the people who love and care about me. But anyway, this picture I originally posted on Facebook and said, this is what I saw today on my way to Hattiesburg. I was going to Hattiesburg, and if you know Mississippi, Gulfport to Stone County, this is right in when you get to Wiggins, and I was going to Hattiesburg, and I saw this out there, and I was like, people were using it, like the people that say this from the movie. I was like, can't you tell? My live's been restricted. Shocking. Can y'all believe my life has been? I am protecting you. Protecting you. No, I was tripping. I am protecting you. No, I was tripping. Yeah, I know. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. Da-da, da-da. I don't want to see no metrics. Hold on. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay. Anyway, there y'all go. I don't know where the comment section just went, but are we still live? Still live? All right. So, mm, hold on. I gotta see something. I need, yeah, in case you're seeing all this on YouTube. But anyway, back to this. While I'll try to figure out where y'all's comments went. Um, this is in 2020. I posted this video. I posted the original picture on a post I made on Facebook. And then I made this video later that year, right? I made this video later. As you can see, my video predates anything anybody's talking about. So when I saw this video, when I saw this earlier again, and Petra means well. I hold on. I know what I need to do. And Petra, yeah, of course she means well. She didn't mean to out me. Uh, so she was telling me, and I knew. I told people I knew about all of the things because they contacted. I was the original video, and they contacted me on Facebook and told me, and I was like, all I can confirm is that this is not in North Carolina. And I don't have that Facebook account anymore, so I can't go back and show that message because I didn't think about saving them, right? But yeah, this is my original post. This is my picture, right? People have claimed it. I don't care. I didn't care, but I don't like it being misrepresented. And that was. That's what we were facing. We were facing misrepresentation, and that was not acceptable. All right. So understand, understand. Hold on. I still don't see y'all's comments. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to figure out how to kill that. All right. So we good? We good. Let me get back to the box. All right. So questions. Mm, hold tight. Um, dun, dun, dun. I don't want to add a gift goal. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. All right. Dun, 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 dun. I was just give me a moment. I'm trying to figure out. I have I have somehow lost the comment section. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I lost the comment section. Hold on. I'm trying to find the comment section. And it's my fault. I have lost the comment section. So I'm gonna try some different. Are we still live? Someone text me. Let me know if we still live. So anyway, that's where we are. That's where we are. Bum, bum. All right, Petra, thank you. We are still live. Petra says we are still live. So that's the big guess I will go over here, go to the comment section. All right. All right. Now I got it. I got comment sections on my phone. I think that translation to everyone text T Nathan if you have his number. All right, I can see your comments now. Go to I had to go to the phone. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'm not in the mood to try to figure it out now. But anyway, so that's the video. I don't mind other people using my output because if it's revolutionary, it's revolutionary. I just want them to use it accurately. That's all. I just want accurate usage of information. Everybody understand that? Party's over. Boy, y'all in the comment section acting up. All right, party's over. They're right. They are right. I know it. So there is that. But when people be telling me, and I be like, I've been doing this for a long time. I have been doing this for a very long time. And there's a lot of stuff out there that I've done. I have done. And so that's one of them. That is one of them. So it's all good. It's all good. So I didn't go after her or anything like that. I sent her a DM to tell her that information, to kind of, and that's when I saw the other person in there, and then Don had to. I had sent Don to look at the video they were questioning, and it's like it's not in there. You have no product list for sale. You have no products listed for sale. What do you mean? What do you mean, Petra? So I have some products listed for sale. You No, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. So that was that. And Don checked. So if you see it, you don't give her a hard time. Don't give people a hard time about it. Just correct. We're just trying to keep the narrative correct. That's it. That's it. Um. Oh, I, I don't do it. Do I should I have products? I'm not good. I'm not good at because if I pick a product that and put it for sale, and they do something crazy, racist, anti-trans, or something like that, I'm gonna drag them for free. I'm gonna drag them for free. So there is that. So I think it's safer. I think it's safer for me not to have products for sale. If you really want to know how I feel, I
Let's
think
have a
it's
reality
safer
check with
to
TNathan
not have
for just a
products for
moment.
sale. All right.
So by popular request, we're gonna ask this question. You
All
got
right.
one
I'm
day to
looking
be
for
white.
something else
What
now.
are you doing with it? Okay.
All right.
So, as you know,
All right.
the
Now we're gonna look
words
at this
of
other
white
video, right,
people
that
and
I
the
made. And it's a little long. It's about 9 minutes. But this video is a accordance. Please, I need to know what happened with the white couple and the black guy. Interesting that you said that because that's what I'm about to show. My take on everything. Because I'm more accurate. I'm more interested in being accurate and being quick. And so you all tell me what y'all think of my take. Let- Let's get to it.
So, as you know, the words of white people and the weaponization of the slave catcher
Squirrel.
patrol has led to the death of many black people who were not guilty of what they were accused of. Starting with Carolyn Bryant, well, not starting, but we're going to start with Carolyn Bryant and the death of Emmett Till, to Susan Smith attempting to cover up the murder of her own children by blaming it on a black man. And she almost got away with it. In 1949, when in Groveland, Florida, Norma Paget here accused four young innocent black men of doing the unthinkable to her. And some of this, I want you to look it up. So go look up Groveland 4. Moving right along. The Scottsboro Boys in 1931 in Scottsboro, Alabama. Rosewood, Florida, 1923. And of course, the Tulsa Massacre 2 years before Rosewood, all resulted from the lies of white people. Well, let's take a look at how that cycle is continuing. And hey Joe, it doesn't matter that you took your account private after I commented on your videos because you didn't take this account private and you didn't take this one private either. So I don't consider my efforts a success until I make you take them private also. So let's get into the lies that you and your wife have told that has almost led to the incarceration of an innocent black man. Let's get it.
So this guy just said he wanted to murder our baby as we were walking past, and now they're gonna put him under arrest.
Yes,
He
Brian.
said, "I'm gonna murder your wife and baby."
Yeah, get
Yeah,
it right.
he literally said that. This guy right there, when we're walking past,
So we're gonna press charges.
he said he wanted to kill our white baby. How sick can people be? This is disgusting. I'm
Not like
completely
they want to feed him
outraged.
to an alligator
You can't
or
even
anything.
walk down the streets of Washington, D.C. without people acting like this. Thank God we reported it to the police and are dealing with the guy. I cannot believe this right now.
Right.
Don't bring your kids down here. It's not safe.
Don't bring your kids to DC.
Not safe at all.
Interesting. You heard that. Ah, the privilege of being white.
And let me say this, right? Because Ray, you understand that Rain is the reason I found those accounts. She sent me those accounts. Yes, I'm implementing. But see, here's the thing. I made comments on those accounts too, and I got blocked. I went back to get the pictures, and I was like, I'm glad Rain sent these to me because I have been blocked on these accounts also. So it's this. Hold on.
You get to say anything you want to the police, and they just start randomly arresting people. Interesting. But you all heard that, right? You heard the little coaching, and you saw that, right? Let's go to the next video.
Last night, while heading home from Joe's Seafood on 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, 1 block from the White House, a black man approached my wife and my baby and I and said, "I'm going to kill your white girl. I'm going to kill your effing white baby."
Oh, we got
And he
profanity
repeated
now.
it many times, and then he continued to call my
Many
wife
times.
a white B-word
Oh,
multiple times.
okay.
And
Little
I had
embellishment.
half a mind to stomp his head in, but instead I went to the Secret Service, which was a block away from us.
Oh, the Secret Service.
And I
was a block
told
away.
them what he had said. The man was subsequently arrested, and he has now been brought on charges by the U.S. Attorney General's office.
Really?
Felony charges for felony threats and hate and bias crime.
And also, we found out later that he had a knife in his pocket, so that was extremely terrifying.
Terrifying.
So this is unbelievable. This shouldn't be happening in the capital of the United States of America. Families like ours should feel safe.
Family like
we have
yours?
5 other children at home that were with grandma, luckily, that night. We're not even from here. We're from Iowa. And to have to suffer that after losing our friend Charlie Kirk, who I worked for, and then this, it's unbelievable. And America, you need to do better. Racism, reverse racism, it's all wrong, it's all evil. Turn to Jesus, believe the gospel, repent of your sins, be renewed in your mind, in your thinking. Love one another, love your neighbor as yourself, as Jesus commands. We need to seek God. This is not acceptable.
Now, first things first, before we get to the next video, can somebody tell me, why were they filming in the garage of a hotel, apartment? Why were they filming in the garage? I'm just curious. Anybody can tell me. Just let me know. Next, did you know how embellished the details became of this short interaction they said they had, where he just said he was going to do what he said he was going to do? Now it was he followed them, he called her the B word. He was really, yeah, much embellishment from the first video, right? Of course. And let's move on. Oh, I still want to address the part where he said what he wanted to do. You wasn't going to do anything. You wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit salad. Stop playing with us. But moving right along, let's get to the next video.
So you're going to charge it as hate bias. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
so these will be felony threats with a hate bias enhancement. And so what that does is that changes the possibility, the way we, the possibility of sentencing, the kind of plea that's given, plea offer. You know, I don't have any knowledge of a violent history, not at this time, but let me actually, 1 second. I would have to do some digging into his history in order to be able to.
You might have to do a little research, because you got about an hour and a half, and if this guy is a violent offender, hold on, Barb. You don't have to give us any information, but if this guy is a violent offender and there is some legal precedent to hold him, then he needs to be held, because he could be a danger to the public, and he could go and stab some baby. He could kill some baby. You know? That's not safe to have people like that are that unhinged on the streets in our capital city of the United States of America.
A block from the
A block from the White House. We were on 1500 Pennsylvania. That's insane.
I do not. I would love to have a conversation with you about it, but I honestly cannot. And like I said, if I have a legal basis to ask for him to be held, I will ask for him to be held.
They're just trying to.
At this time, I don't know of a legal basis for me to ask for him to be held.
Well,
which means the court doesn't have a legal basis to hold him.
Well, Barb, do some digging. That's all I'm going to say. Because if he gets out and he does something, I swear this is going to be very bad for everybody. Very bad for everybody. It's not going to be good for the district. It's not going to be good for the U.S. Attorney's Office. It's not going to be good. It's going to be national public television. Everybody's going to know about it. I literally know President Trump personally. It's not a good situation. I shouldn't have to feel like my wife is going to be killed and my baby is going to be killed, and then some violent offender gets released back on the streets of Washington, D.C.
And we don't even know his criminal background.
We don't know. We don't know who we're dealing with here. So we don't feel safe.
What if it's the same thing like the guy in North Carolina, where they let him out 14 times, and then he goes and kills somebody? That guy should not have been on the streets, and I don't think this person should be on the streets either.
Listen, you seem like a really nice lady, Barb, and I know there's more that you guys can do. So I'm hoping that you guys will figure out something.
I mean,
Because I
even
don't
a
want him
mental
released.
asylum, like, is there a mental hospital he can go to or something?
Or
That's
a
not.
We're gonna
homeless
get him
shelter or
incarcerated
something.
some kind of way.
Something to keep him away from people.
That's a good one, Amy.
Yes, Pastor.
I hear you, and
The pastor and his wife were not happy that their plan was not working.
You
See, if
see,
this would have been 1931, 1949, 1959, they could have just got together, their congregation, went down to the jail, and took this man out of jail and proceeded to, put him in a tree with something around his neck. Now, because I have limited time, pause and read this on a video he reposted
now y'all see this, right? Y'all see this. Okay.
after all those videos. Read what he says and take a listen.
Your name's Dale, right?
DL.
And you work at this Burger King, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this $100, the Holy Spirit told me go to this Burger King, find Dale, and give him $100.
You had truly blessed me tonight, didn't you?
That's God, man. Jesus is real. Holy Spirit is
Keep
real.
me though. I was just in the bathroom praying to him. I was.
He loves you.
Yeah, I couldn't let this go. This was on their page. Listen, after they posted all those videos, they went back. This video is on their page. They went back and it wasn't captioned like this originally. But this is what they captioned and pinned to their page. I've always treated people of color with love, compassion, and kindness, as Jesus said we should. Treat others as we would like to be treated. Not all black people are mean or rude or full of hate, like the guy who wanted to murder my wife and baby. I can't. I can't. This is what he posted. He's no, he's full Klansman. He's full Klansman from Iowa. From Iowa. Listen, well, she's been with them a while because they have the Alpha Chromatic Ministries. They have and Rain, could you see? I for real want to find this guy now. Hey, is their page still up on? I'm just blocked. But is their page still up? Do you know? Yeah, because I know I'm blocked. I never heard of this church. I cannot be the only one rolling after right now. Listen. This this is it is. Do people understand the language they have supposedly been using all their life and the insult and how it tells on them? Their own language is snitch on them. It's like not all black people. But I went through his page and before he blocked me, I went to his page, unblocked me, went private, whatever he did. I can't see his page anymore. But I snatched down the videos I wanted to address anyway. So if he posts some new videos, somebody let me know. But not all black people are mean or rude or full of hate. What is the infection? This is a minister. I could have said he said not all people, but he specifically posted this video. He specifically gave this man $100, and the lead up is like those psychics that ask you questions and then they act like they're answering the questions for you. It is so prevalent in his video, right? And then it's like, yeah, I always treat. Why did you find the need to go back and post this video with this caption? Anybody? I just sent you a bunch of his accounts. Oh, he has more accounts on TikTok. He was probably counterfeit. He, that's a minister. Wait, hold up. See, you get no. He's a minister. He has the Alpha what is it, Alpha something ministries. Yeah. Now their Facebook says they live in Iowa City. Oh, it does. He said he was from Iowa. He's lived in Iowa. He's lived in Minnesota, and I don't know. So they were just visiting Washington. Yeah, and you're worried about somebody in Washington being let out of jail and what coming to Iowa and with a knife. This is too much. This is too. This is it. This is it's just so funny. It is just hilarious to me when I watch this. That this is what they do. You understand? This is what they do. This is what they think is is it, and we let them run with it. Like I say, we have watched the systemic unaliving of black and brown people because of lies told by white people like this. Not people that just happen to be white. And when I say it's white people, and it's people that happen. These are whitey people, whatever y'all want to call them. If the shoe don't fit, don't put it on. Because I'm not talking about you. Because you know who I'm talking about. These are the white sheep wearing, non-white sheep wearing crowd. Yeah, this whole incident. You notice, and I was looking at how short of in that short interaction, this black man said all of that with other people around. All that, and every time they told the story, it was longer and longer, and that didn't look like Secret Service to me. That looked like I know what Washington. I know what Washington police look like. Seen them up close and personal. I know what Capitol Police look like. Seen them up close and personal. I know what Secret Service look like. Walked through them to get to Joy Reid. I know what all these people. I know what law enforcement looked like, and that was not the Secret Service. And you said, let me get this right. You walked the block. All that. Look what that area was. Everything that was open. You walked a block to the Secret Service instead of immediately going to one of those places and calling somebody. Or you didn't have a cell phone. You were recording a lot, not having a cell phone. I'm Caucasian. If I call white, I can tell I call that man is white. Right. Brother, you need your own TV show to expose these racist people. If you come to DC, look for the shoe polishing guy on K Street, an amazing person. I will be in Washington giving the National Guard hell before November. Um, yeah, did you see this, right? Someone referred to us as spicy white the other day. listen, listen. This is it. This is the and when people say racism doesn't exist, or they talk about reverse racism, and I'm like, yeah, you're a problem. You're a problem. You're a whole ass problem. But no one asked that. I was like looking at this video. The entire time I looked at these videos, I said, why did you have to walk a block to the Secret Service? Both of y'all had cell phones. Both of you had cell phones to record, but you didn't have cell phones to call the police and tell them you felt like your life was in danger. How far were you live? How far was your hotel or wherever it was you were staying from this area? Yeah, yeah. So those are the questions I had. Those are the answers I came to, and this topped it off right here. That was all I need. That was all I needed to see right there. And I knew who we were dealing. I knew who we were. It takes time to get a live, a lot straight right. Yeah, he's gonna get it, sir. Who? Dark Knight. Dark Knight. Yeah, yeah. Dark Knight. I, I'm gonna tell you what you just said, right? And see, this is the thing. Now that I know you better, I know you don't know any better, but I don't need to know the shoe shine man is an amazing guy. I'm sure he is. They probably learned how to shine shoes and be. Yeah. People thought slaves were amazing people. Also, they thought they were amazing people because they were servants. And I don't think you meant any overtones to it, but the implicit bias in telling a black man that the shoe shining guy is amazing is so problematic on so many levels. It's funny. It's funny, and I'm dealing with you because I think you have implicit biases. I don't think you've gone over for my chief of security. Please step lightly. Please step lightly, because I can't save you if my chief of security get on you. Right? Understand? There is something, but you're young. You're young, also. I can tell that. You could have just said, not said that, not mentioned specifically a shoe shining guy for me to go see in DC. You could have. What's the name of the guy? What is his name? Because that would have been more. That would have been more appropriate if you would have named the young man. Then I would say you know his name. instead of just his profession. And that's why I say implicit by Melvin. So that's what you should have said. I have a friend or I have somebody named Melvin. I think you would think is an amazing guy, and this is where you can find him. Just a guy shining shoes is there's so much implicit bias in there, um, rooted in the fact that we should know why. So just remember where you are and remember to think about those things and how they come across. Okay, tolerance is key. Some don't know how to tolerate. All right, and also let me get this straight too, right? Some people are tired of tolerating. Also, we're 2025. Some people are tired of tolerating implicit biases. I tell people all the time, if it wasn't for people like me standing between people who are tired, there would be a lot of trouble. I'm the only thing keeping my chief of security off somebody's ass sometimes because uh, he trusts me enough to do it, and it is. I was telling somebody sent me a video today, and it was this young black girl, and she was talking about how people are tired and how people don't have energy and they're exhausted. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm built different. I'm built different. The fight against oppression is, I guess, something that I was built to do. I get frustrated. I don't get tired of fighting oppression. I will get frustrated at people who say they're on our side sometimes because they don't realize how hard they make some of the work. But I never get tired. I don't know. It's not. I figure my ancestors worked in fields for 18 hours a day. I feel I'll be less of a man talking about I'm tired of just having some mental gymnastics against the oppressor. No, I'm different. I don't expect everybody to feel that way, but I do look at people different because I'm not built that way. So don't send me your don't send me your videos when people talk about they're exhausted because I'll be like, what are you exhausted from comparatively speaking for your genetic code? Like I say, I come from people my dad would get off work, go to the NAACP meeting. They would plan what they were going to do. They would get off work or sometimes skip work if they had an action, go do what they needed to do. My mom and grandmother were the same. So I don't know what tired means in that sense. I don't know what exhausted means. Even when I'm physically exhausted from just doing, if something requires my attention in dealing with a racist or a bigot or the institute of racism and oppression, I don't know. I find the energy. I find the energy. So don't send me those videos because I just be looking at those people like you're tired of 2 hours of work when our ancestors had to suffer under the oppression of this system physically on the level, and then I'm not the best person to talk about you're mentally tired of it either because they didn't break. They didn't break. Mary Turner could have just sat down and not gotten in the way of the oppressor that came in to get her husband and children. Her husband. She could have sat down. She could have stayed safe, but she understood that history would tell my story. Yeah, she understood that. When I see people talking about we're gonna take a rest and we're just taking a break from this, I'd be like, miss me, miss me. Thanks for the galaxy, but I would appreciate it more. I would have gotten more out of that if you would donate to the Cash App. Now, I'm not refusing it, but I'm saying if you donate to the, if you truly want to help me, then we don't need to split this money with TikTok. We can get more of it in the Cash App. I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate it. And if you only have it on TikTok, feel free. I'll take it anyway because we do the work to help those family homeless. So I appreciate that. I will do that as well. Thank you, Vanguard Collection. I appreciate that. Um, just don't let hey President Obama send you screenshots. Yeah. Um, Winnie Mandela fixed the apartheid by taking time off this app. Right. I know pirate sarcasm is so on point sometimes. Winnie Mandela did not sit down when her husband went to prison. And y'all know that's one of the people I am fiercely modeling myself at. Fred Hampton didn't take time off when he was in prison. He was writing notes and sending notes out to the Panther organization in Chicago to continue the work. Yeah, we don't get to take. I'll take time off when I'm beyond the veil. Yeah, that's probably the only thing that's gonna stop me from hunting down some people. 5 minute warning, GCPR. Thank you, thank you. But that's the only thing that's going to stop me because at the end of the day, I'm not built like that, and I'm not. I have gone. There's a video I ran past today with this white guy, and I forgot who had been unalived at that point. It was after George Floyd. Probably it was Breonna Taylor or whatever, or Tatiana Jefferson. Anyway, he was like, I just can't take it anymore. I need a break. I need a break. And I was like, I lit into it. And people were like, well, he just needs a mental break. I don't get to take a mental break. Don't tell me you're in the fight. And the parents of Breonna Taylor, they get to take a break. The mother of Tamir Rice, they get to take a break. The sisters and brothers of Trayvon Martin didn't get to take a break. The Cynthia didn't get to take a break. These people don't get to take breaks. How I look like telling somebody who has lost a child, and I'm telling them I'm going to be there for them, and then one day I decide, you know, I just can't handle it. How do you tell a mother who's lost a child that is still on the front line fighting to get justice for that child that you tied? How did it work? I need somebody to explain that to me. How does it look to tell somebody who has lost their child that you said you were coming out there to help them get justice for that you tied? I wish I would. You understand? My grandmother would find a way from beyond the veil to thrash me, and I don't want that woman trying to thrash me. Not anytime, especially beyond the veil. But that's what I hear when I see people like, well, I need to take a mental break. When I hear that's why I differentiate between allies and accomplices. Accomplices don't take breaks. They don't get to take breaks because they cast their lot 24/7 in with the people they say they support. 24/7. They don't get to take. Just like I don't get to take breaks from helping the trans community. When Petra calls and she needs something, then I'm there. I mean, I don't get to take a break and say, well, I only fight for trans rights on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You called me on Thursday. What am I need? I'm taking a mental break. That's not how this works. Hate doesn't take a break, and if you're taking a break fighting it, that means hate is winning. And it is the audacity to offer help in the first place. Nobody told you. If nobody told you that, if nobody, no, Cynthia didn't call any of us. We showed up, so that meant we were obligated when we showed up in Georgia, over to help her find justice for her son Ahmaud Arbery. We were obligated, and it is work we need to put in. Yes, that's the problem. Thank you, Nancy. And it's work we need to put in. And that's what I don't get. It's like when people tell me they're sitting out, as I watch 300,000 black women get fired from their job with the federal government, while people talking about, oh, we didn't win. Let me tell you a secret. I can tell you this secret now. I knew Kamala Harris wasn't going to win the election, even as hard as I was fighting. I knew she wasn't going to win an election in 105 days. Okay? Did you hear me? I knew she wasn't going to win, but you know what? I didn't let that stop me from wanting to be wrong. I wanted to be wrong. I was 99.9% certain she wasn't going to win the election, but I was out here fighting anyway because I wanted to be wrong. And if you really paid attention to me, you knew that. But I still fought. I still told people what they needed to do. And what made me 99.9% sure she wasn't going to win the election because nobody was listening to me tell them what they needed to do as opposed to what they were doing. That's why I knew I didn't know it wasn't about her being qualified. It wasn't about any of that. It was about we live in a racist country that's also misogynistic, and we also had people out here wanting to argue all day with Trump supporters instead of being out in the world and out in the field and talking to people about voting and telling them what they needed to hear instead of having these pseudo intellectual conversations for 12 hours on TikTok. I, I have the time. I knew that because of the people not doing what they needed to do because they need to prove their pseudo intellect, plus she's a black woman. And I also knew that we haven't even elected a black woman governor of any country, any state in this union in its existence. I knew we weren't about to put one in the White House. Hate me if you want to, but that is the truth. I still put in the work. You're right. I still put in the work. I still gave the blueprint, but I knew enough people wouldn't. The same people hitting us and having these pseudo intellectual political conversations right now, while they're not feeding one person, not tutoring one child, not planning to go to one protest, but they sit up online 12 hours a day having the same conversation. They fucked ass while they're raising money to smoke weed, buy buses, start community gardens. But the people who actually are doing the work, like Shape Home, myself, and others, no, we're not afforded those benefits. We're not afforded those benefits. I've never come on here and asked you all to pay one bill. Hella had to go to the vet, needs to go to the vet. I never come on here and ask you to raise money for it. That's my responsibility. But I ask you to help me feed those now homeless. I do. I ask you to help. We do have some supplies coming from the children when they get here. I'm gonna show you what we got. Yeah, that's what we do. I want to show you where your money goes. I want to show you that we do the work. I want to show you because the world needs for me. Yeah, I think obstruction, some kind of obstruction. She's just been feeling the lethargic and she just got her appetite back, but I'm going to have it checked out. She lost a little weight. You know I'm worried, but like I say, good night, GCPR. Hold tight, hold tight. Y'all be campaigning for GCPR. Y'all be I'm convinced y'all know DJ. DJ got y'all trained. DJ got y'all trained. All right, GCPR. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern. Uh, yeah, y'all thank my TikTok supporters because y'all got them trained. DJ, it's in your hands. Peace. All right, logged out the radio show because somebody, this is weird. Popular folks get lunch money donations, but the homeless need help. Crickets. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Weber. Exactly. You're right. That is it. That is it. We out here, the people doing the work are not the ones that are actually benefiting the people that they're working for. You know how much I would tell you how much I'm, but you would not believe me. You would not believe me because you say you spend that much on those wrapping up. Yes, we do. We do. We do. And I am fortunate that I have somebody that loves me enough that makes sure everything else is taken care of when I fall short. Yes. Yes. That is it. She went into it. I tell people go into relationships and she went in and knowing, and she says, "Yeah, I'm rich by no means, but we have priorities about our commitments to the community." Yes, community is the key. Community, and that's why I try to tell people, I have to build community and fight for community at the same time. It's not an either or. It's not either. My family is part of the community. Y'all are part of the community. I try to tell people I'm trying to build a community that works equitably for all of those who believe in liberation. I think that's what people don't. I'm not going to come on here one day and um, be Israel Hebrewites. I'm not going to come in here one day fighting for just the rights of men. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm fighting against the oppressor. The oppressor is my enemy. If I end the oppressor, you all have to. You all will do. Y'all can deal with everything else on your own. Because I'm taking all mine and going to an island. Because if I stay, I'm going to go after those people who now want to benefit and talk about they were there all the time and they would. I'm telling you, I'm Churchill. I'm Churchill during war. Y'all need to put me on an island in solitary confinement after. Because y'all make the peace, I will sneak off and I will be bringing justice to those people who were sitting on their couch and now they're up acting like they were there all the time. And I don't make any apologies. I don't make any apologies because if we truly, if, that's why I tell you the difference between me and people that say they're fighting. They fight when it's convenient. They're not married to the cause. They're not married to the movement. They're not committed to the work. They're not. Even when if I have extra money and I'll find the cause. Like y'all send something, I say, okay, well, it's like, okay, this person needs it, and I send it to them, send it to the cash app from the. This is what we do. This is what we do. We have extra supplies. Then if we get everything covered here, I find another community. Y'all need some supplies? Let's get it. Let's get it. Because that's what building community looks like. And then when the community needs a warrior, I'm there also saying, let's get it. I always remember you saying, do the work that lit a fire. Right, Professor. And you've been here from the beginning through all the bullshit that went on behind the scenes and what people were saying. Even when I was on talking to you all on a prison video call, what did I say? I didn't say think I need you because I can fight. Listen, I didn't tell you all I need y'all to do this. No, I told you all commit to the work. Commit to the work. I understand the situation I was in. I've navigated that before. I don't need you all to focus on me because you can't get me out that situation. Only I can do that. I need you all to focus on the work. I've always said the message and the work is bigger than any one person. My ego does not drive me. Dark Knight said, one more thing, Mike. What is, well, I can't see the whole comment, Don. What? Dark Knight, Don's gonna mute you. God's gonna mute you. So think about what you're gonna say before you say it, or you're gonna get muted. I know I appreciate it, and I appreciate the donation, but I will not allow that donation to supersede the problematic nature of your implicit bias that we can't deal with. Okay? Understand that. I only check up on Bella during the I do you just be in the cell reading. Yeah, that's it. Understand. And and no one person is bigger than the movement. That's the issue. It is not. See, people think you cut the head off that the body will drop. This is the movement is supposed to be able to sustain itself. I don't see. There's a difference between a teacher, a leader, and a warrior, and then somebody who mixes all of those. A philosopher and all that. I'm all that. I can fight you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I can fight you on any level you want to fight on. Any level. I can protect on all levels. But at the end of the day, I need you to understand that all this is about building community. A community that eventually becomes self-sustained. A community that can protect itself. A community that can grow. A community that can develop, a community that can exist independent, because that's the only way we're ever going to truly win this battle. Because as long as we're dependent on white supremacy and the male patriarchy, we are doomed. We are doomed to be oppressed. And we must overcome that. It's not about ego. Right. My point is what you just said, you don't know until you meet a person and you understand their story. I don't know what you're keying on. And Don, before you get there, let me tell you this. You said my point is what you just said. You don't know until you meet a person and you understand their story. The movement is not about one person's story. That's what I think I'm trying to get you to understand. The movement is not about one person's story. It's a it's about it's about the effects of oppression on people. And it's about the things you have to do to end that oppression as a unit again for all people. So if you I understand that you're just looking at it on the one-on-one level, but you have to raise that and look at it that no, I'm not fighting for the rights of one person. I'm fighting for the rights of everybody in the community. I'm fighting to end the oppressor. And I just said, once we end oppression, then you have to rise and sink on your own in in order
And I also have a plan. It's not like I'm trying to say we're gonna end the oppression and then we have chaos because that just creates more oppression. I talk about the systems we need to create as we go. I talk about how we need to have universal health care, universal freedom from hunger, universal education, and universal housing and shelter for every citizen. Point blank, that should be the flat point of our society. Then no one should fall between the cracks because we shouldn't have a safety net. We have a foundation that is concretely based on those four pillars. And then whatever government you want to build on top of that is committed to those pillars. That's the plan of how we create societies. And this is the plan on how we destroy the society we presently have so we can create this. I'm not trying to rebuild something, I'm trying to build something because this country, ever since colonization broke out of Europe, has not built anything that worked equitably for everybody. It has always been about taking and then claiming. And I need you all to stop saying, I heard someone say, we need to fix the system. I hear all these politicians, we need to fix it. When was America broke? When was this system broke? When? Somebody tell me, when was it broke? It's not broke now. Your wording matters. A lot of said, we need to fix this. You're not going, how do you fix something that's not broken? Somebody explain that. No, not when it started. It was fixed when it started. It was put in place. I'm telling you, words mean something because they convey ideas that are already tied to the archetype of those words. This system is not broken. You need to start saying that to yourself. The system we presently operate on is not broken. That's why you can't fix it. You can't fix it. It's not broken. You all are wasting energy. And like I say, everyone tells me they listen to what I say, but they show me by their actions they don't listen to my say. Next thing I know, you're being live talking about we must fix this broken system. The system is not broken. It is operating just the way it was intended and built. Say it with me. Say it. Repeat it. The system not. It is operating the way it was intended from the beginning. No matter how many times I have proven myself right, I still get people saying bullshit like that to me in my comment section. No matter how many times I keep showing them how the system, that's why we're failing. Because you all would rather listen to people who tell you what you want to hear than people who challenge the bullshit you all have been spewing for hundreds of years about the system. When I tell you about white liberals and they have only made sure to ensure their own place and tell everybody else to be patient and they'll work on their pace. Hmm. Why we've been patient for hundreds of years and white liberals have come to power and gone. Gerrymandering is wrong. Gerrymandering is wrong. But now it's more wrong because it's adversely affecting white liberals. When it was just affecting the black vote in the South, they were good. Texas wasn't talking about, California wasn't talking about re-gerrymandering itself in response to the gerrymandering that has been going on in Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Florida, and all these other places in the black community since 1964. Who was talking about responding to that gerrymandering by redistricting their state? But now that white liberals are affected, now all of a sudden we got to get on board. Let me tell you something. If you want me to get on board, you need to tell me what you're going to do for me up front. Tell me what you're going to do for me before I vote. Because I hate to break it to you, we have figured out a way to survive. We have figured out a way to survive. You didn't care about us then, but you want to care about us now? Well, we're good. We're ready. What you going to do for us now? Not after the vote, because after the vote, you never do anything for us. After you come to our communities and secure our vote, then you never do anything for us. You can't even get the George Floyd Policing Act. That's it. So understand, I'm trying to break the system. You all are trying to fix the system. So that means you're trying to maintain the status quo of the system while I'm trying to dismantle everything about the system. We're not the same. When you say fix, I'm saying destroy. So you're trying to fix. That's like you're trying to polish a car that's already highly polished. So all you're going to do is make sure it stays highly polished. That's all you're doing. You're making sure the system stays highly polished. You're trying to fix the system by using this. I'm using the system to maintain. I only use the system to stop it from being destructive to my communities more so than it is, while also plotting about how to destroy it in a manner that it doesn't wipe us all out in the process. Because there is no winning in wiping us all out. So yes, you have to be strategically better than your enemy. You have to make tactical decisions that doesn't involve sacrificing people just because you can. That's not winning. That's a sign of poor execution. That doesn't mean some people are not going to be lost. That just means if you go into it thinking that these people are going to be lost, that means you're not planning. I don't ever plan to lose anybody. I'm not saying that won't happen, but I don't go into it saying, oh, yeah, there's 10% of our troops is an acceptable limit. No, I'm going to cry for every one of them because that's not an acceptable limit. And I'm going to have to think better for the next time. Well-meaners want to fix to protect their position. Right, Professor, because they realize they would, even people that don't understand, I consider if you're in bed with the enemy and you're part of a marginalized group, when I blow up the enemy's house, I'm trying to kill you too. Yeah. While these people running around here crying over Charlie Kirk, I reminded them, I'm a fan of Nat Turner from the beginning. What did you think I was going to say? It amazes me that all these people they talk about they Nat Turner, Nat Turner, Nat Turner, but you sitting here, don't get me started because the FBI will be at my house. I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not fighting for Jimmy Kimmel. I'm fighting for a system that if they win this battle, they bring it to here. They bring it there. They take this precedent. I'm not fighting for Jimmy Kimmel. They could have canceled Jimmy Kimmel's show a long time ago. What he did, when he for Kobe, what he said about Kobe, what he did blackface, they could have canceled him then. But you don't get the oppressor doesn't get to cancel him because now he's there. He's a problem for them. No, I want you to live with this problem. I'm gonna save Jimmy Kimmel just because you can live with that problem. But I'm also saving him because we're going to allow this administration to suppress the freedom of speech. Is that what you all going to allow? Because you don't like Jimmy Kimmel? What you gonna do next time? What you gonna do next time? You muted it. Yeah, you lucky. Yeah, you can stay and listen, but and then let me tell you, this will prove. You see, Dark Knight, I know you can't respond because you're muted, but listen, this will prove if you're here for the education or if you're here just to talk when I make all the revolutionaries celebrating the state enforcement of First Amendment. Listen, this is the hypocrisy of it. The Republican Party, listen, y'all remember when I was talking about executive orders that Donald Trump signed when he first came to office? You remember when I talked about the one he signed talking about he was for reserving the First Amendment and freedom of speech? And I said that's some 1984 Georgia Orwellian shit. Well, now you know what I'm talking about now. You know what I'm talking about now. It's George Orwellian bullshit. It's like the Department of Defense has become the Department of War. And there it is. That is the basis of where we are. If Mein Kampf in 1984 had a baby, Vanguard Collection, you know you just said something, right? You know you just said that. And we'll throw in a dash of Frederick Engels also. You got to throw in a dash of Frederick Engels. I notice I didn't say Karl Marx because Frederick Engels, if you know, you know. Throw in a dash of Frederick Engels and get a little of Miles' Red Book
with the Cultural Revolution. Then you stir it all up, pour it in a mold, let it sit, let it sit between one election to the next election, and you get what we have now. And this is another, let me tell you another thing. Let me explain something. If you all expecting this democracy to fall in a way that you would recognize some big shift, you are not understanding what is happening. This democracy will not become authoritarian because of one big decision. It will become authoritarian because of a lot of little moves. And then you're going to wake up and then you're going to be like, I don't recognize where we are. That's because you didn't pay attention to the little moves. You didn't fight back against the little things. Jimmy Kimmel, in and of itself, is a little thing. But the effects on free speech is a big thing. You all are expecting tanks to roll down the street. You all expecting martial law. That comes later. What's up, Sunshine? Martial law comes later. All these people going around here talking about, oh, martial law, martial law. Martial law tomorrow is not what the problem. The problem is what we're facing on minute steps today. Don't hate that. And because you all are not fighting those steps, it just makes it easier for the next step. I sent you text. Oh, how you gonna interrupt my flow by some? It better not be something somebody else saying. It better not be. It better not be pertaining to anything I'm saying, and somebody saying it that you know how I feel about mediocre individuals telling you the same thing I'm telling. Because I get so tired. Oh my goodness, this is me. Is this me? Listen, Petra just sent you sent me a video of me. Petra just sent me a video. And listen, I don't know. Did you AI my video, Petra? Listen, listen. I don't even want to share this, but okay. What you got me doing, Petra? You're a superhero? No, I'm not. I'm an anti-villain. I'm a villain. Send me this video. I'll share it with you all because it's funny. It made me laugh. And, Petra better not have sent me a video of somebody talking about something I was talking about. But then she got me. She sent me a video of me. This is, and y'all gonna get to see it because it's funny. Yeah. This is just funny, and I'm gonna share it because Petra sent it. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I get it right on the first time. Hey, now this is the video Petra just sent me, and I'll give you the background on where this original come from. Right, but yeah, Petra, you need help. Yeah, Petra needs help. Oh, oh, take yours, so please don't read it out loud. Okay. Yeah, Petra mate. Now, Petra, this is I tell you all, there's all kinds of video of me from Mississippi, and this is one of the ones. This is when the Klan had sent their personal messages to the Mississippi Rising Coalition and to me. They had sent personal messages to me threatening us, right? And this is the news conference after one of those messages, right? And in the news conference I said like fuck the Klan, fuck the Klan, whatever y'all want to do, I'm down for. And this is yeah, the Petra created that. That was yeah. You look younger now. I think it was the angle. I had what was my beard was maroon there. Yeah, yeah. That was yeah. I can get it. I work out. I don't know what was my workout regimen then. Patrick? I was working out a lot. I was actually bigger. I was actually physically bigger there. But I work out differently now. I work more cardio. and arms. I work in legs and chest. Yeah, I guess I work out differently, but um, I don't guess so. I think I work out. I don't work out as much, okay, every day, but I don't work out as long. How's that? That's better. I don't work out as long as I used to. Yeah, but yeah, Petra made that. So that was that. You can find that. You can actually Google that picture. You can find the article. The article is in Raw Stories when they were talking about. Let's see. Hold on. We take all the clan pictures down. Also, while we're waiting, I wanted to show you this, right? Y'all remember last night when I was talking about the police officers that were the police officers that had been shot in York, Pennsylvania, and I told you because we didn't know who it was at that time, I guarantee you he was white. Y'all remember when I said that? I guarantee you he was white. And white women, I want you to listen to this, right? I want you to listen to this. This is the guy. This is the guy. This is Matthew Root. You know, this is the guy in question. I told you he was white. I told you when we didn't hear enough information on him, we were white. But I want you to look at this too. And this is why I say that I don't understand sometimes you all buying into the patriarchy. I'm gonna move the cash out for a moment because I want you to see this, right? This woman, his ex-girlfriend, and it was like when I look at, they only dated for a couple of weeks. There was a short, it wasn't a long-term dating relationship. Right? I tell women the biggest danger to women, especially white women, is your intimate part. And this woman had been broken, tried to break it off with him, and he stalked her. He stalked her. This is indicative of in the house that he was in. He was waiting for her to come home. He was waiting for the family fled the home because he was said this, right? He had AK automatic weapon and he killed 3 officers and injured 2 others. Did they meet online? I did not. No, they're in the same. This is York, Pennsylvania, small rural area. So I don't know. I would say they probably probably knew each other. I don't know. I did, but they had been dating, so they were in the same area. But this is the thing: women, be careful. You know, uh, I'm telling you, pay attention to red flags on the first date, the first encounter, and then run like hell from the beginning. Yeah, that's my advice. You don't owe anybody an explanation. If you don't feel comfortable with somebody at first, don't prolong it. Don't let your friends, your mama, nobody else tell you that you need to stay in a relationship with somebody because they're a provider or whatever the reason is. Right? If you don't feel it, don't go into it because this is this is the real reality. This is a reality. Always listen. DV registry should be public. It should. And to watch this administration fight to make it not public is telling to me. We have a president that believes in paying adult entertainers. I believe I'm a firm believer. If you and call it what you want to, but if you get a guilty finding in court of stalking one woman, there should be a registry you should be able to go to and look somebody up publicly and see have you ever stalked an ex-girlfriend or ex-husband or anything like that. That should be public knowledge. I'm telling you, I'm not the one. This is why I don't believe in democracy as we have it, because too many people are fighting for the rights of pieces of shit. My ex did 6 months for felony stalking. You should have. I plead the fifth on anybody I know that I was incarcerated with that abused women or children. I plead the fifth, and you can't find those records, can you? All right. Well, technically you can, because all you have to do is correlate it between the time I spent in solitary confinement. But that's another story for another. Um, this is a truism. As somebody who's worked with abused women, in situations where I couldn't even work directly with the abused woman because they were scared of men. You don't understand what it does to a man to know that you fear me just because I'm a man, because you've run into monsters. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the system that didn't protect you by killing the monster. Yeah, I don't listen. Listen. If you're here for me to say I'm nonviolent against monsters and the enemy, you're in the wrong place. I'm not here to talk. I- Those who know me know. I'm not here to talk about why you felt the need to do what you did to my best friend when we were 16. I'm not the one that's going to talk about it to you. I don't. You should have got therapy before you did the action. Once you do the action, I'm going to do an action. Yeah, I know. And I'm hoping to make the action public enough that it deters somebody else from taking the same action. You go to therapy before you go to therapy before you hurt somebody in a way they can have to live with all their life. That's my philosophy. After that, mm, nope, because I will I will be like the woman in the New Orleans airport when they brought the man through that had hurt harmed her child. Temporary insanity, because I will be temporarily insane from when I find out until you die. What if the stalker? I'm kidding. They still can get it. Stop it, pirate. They still can get it. Yeah, they still. I'm telling you, deal breakers took away right to privacy, but hides the Epstein list. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. This is the thing about this. This is the thing about it. I'm glad you mentioned it because I hadn't talked about it in a while. And there's a reason I don't talk about the Epstein list because it's twofold. One is not the answer to everything. I made a post about Charlie Kirk and people were like Epstein file, and I was like, I want y'all to stop because I don't even know what y'all are talking about. But I will say this, right? It's like I made the file about freedom of speech, and people like, but Donald Trump is blackmailing people with the Epstein file. I'm like, I want you all. That just tells me how much people pay attention. You know, the Epstein file has existed in some way, shape, or form since 2005. You all realize that, right? 2005. How many administrations have we had in the last 20 years? Literally five presidential terms, five different administrations. And I got people talking about this like no, the big series file is embarrassing, but I guarantee you, I guarantee you this. Give you everything you want out the Epstein files. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. I know. Whatever it is. I want what the victims want for themselves. That's all. I give you everything you think you want out the Epstein files. And I guarantee you, no billionaire is gonna get taken down by it. Y'all think statute of limitation is used on in the benefit of Sean Combs. You ain't seen statute of limitation limitations until you see anybody leaked out of a file from 2005. You're not. I get it. Cash Patel spoke out of turn in front of his Congress and said six billionaires on it. Exactly. Listen. Did you see the Petra? Did you see the Cash Patel interview where he was talking about there was a note left got destroyed by the shooter, by Tyler in the Charlie Kirk situation? There was a note, we had it, but they destroyed it, but we got friends. I was like, is this the director of the FBI talking? Is this truly the director of the FBI talking? I know they wish for the days of J. Edgar Hoover right now. No matter what I feel about J. Edgar Hoover, he was a son of a bitch, right? But he was a smart, tactical son of a bitch. And looking at Cash Patel, and Pam Bondi in these positions, and I'll be like, you all are just Cash Patel is a joke. And he's a joke. He might be true, but at the end of the day, these are the people that are in power. You have to realize that whatever we think about their intelligence level, they're in power, and we have to deal with the fallout. And by not, and it's easy to dismiss them as saying that, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but okay, after we say that, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna tell you one of the hardest things to fight when it comes to intellect is ignorance, especially when that ignorance has power. So yeah, you can't. That's why I tell people I'm not trying to rationalize with people who are as ignorant as these people, but have the power to put their ignorant idealisms into reality. They can't. It's like I'm going to go to Cash Patel and be like, Cash Patel, that was really not the way to go. He's the FBI director. He's looking at me like I'm the FBI director. What you do today? I mean, I could tell him what I did today, and morally speaking, it would be higher. But at the point, power has never conceded anything except to know power. That's why I'm trying to build a community of power because all power to the people. Who said it? Fred Hampton. Apparently, DOG is mad at Cash Patel. I want him mad. How do you fight it? That there is an impact. You understand that there's going to be an impact, and you strategically place yourself in a position. It's like this. Have you ever? Search is not a good idea. Have you ever practiced martial art? I'll give it to you like a martial artist, right? There are people that are stronger. There are people that are going to be stronger. I never go through life believing I'm the strongest person in the universe. There are always going to be people stronger. So, what do I have to do? I have to take what I have and work on how to use people's strength against them. That's the first in jiu-jitsu, martial. When you see me with my katanas fighting somebody who's strong, it's always the same. How do I position myself? Because most people that are stronger than you, or most strong people, they don't think, and if they never study martial arts, never study fighting, they count on their strength to overwhelm you. I hope I'm making sense. They count on their strength to overwhelm you. In order to not be overwhelmed, you need to always have the mindset like, I'm watching. Everyone I get into, hypothetically, if I get into a fight with somebody, I'm watching them. I'm watching them because people who can't fight telegraph their moves. They have power, but they telegraph their moves. So once they commit to a move, then you position yourself in a way to use their momentum, their energy, and everything against it. Okay? Unless you're donating to the Cash App, this is not an open forum. Um, and to That's how you do it. So when you say things, and I know that's a physical way, but when I talk about the community and how we need to move, there's a method called "What's up?" Greetings, salutations. I got you tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate all of it. Y'all know what we do, and like I say, we're gonna have some supplies. We're gonna give them out. Also, you're gonna get to go along for the ride. But you position yourself. So when I be talking about the community and how we deal with a system that's not broken, we have to we have to become like water. We have to become like water. We have to be able to redirect force. We That's why you see me a lot of time. I just be trying to. I make MAGA supporters mad. The ad hominems. I'm not trying to. People think I be trying to teach people in videos where I address their wrongness. No, the wrongness I address is for you all, so you all can take those talking points or those descriptions of what is wrong with what they're saying and use it for your own edification and to teach people around. I use it to add homonyms like translucent troglodyte, Yogi Yeti, Snow Roach, escaping from the Caucasus Mountains.
by way of the hills have eyes with a side order of my brother and your mother and father or brother and sisters. See, people don't realize I can do that off the top of my head. People will see that in the video and then think I had to stop and think about it. I don't have to think about insults for white supremacist bigots or rocket raccoons. I never have to think about them. They just flow. So when I do that, especially when I get to that ending and say your mother and your father or brother and sisters, they get mad. They get big mad. They get big mad. I'm not here to tell them that your point is wrong and try to prove why their point is wrong. That's for you all. The ad hominems are for them because now they're mad. And now what they're going to do is they're going to look me up. They're going to contact my employers or they're going to do these things, right? And what are they going to find out? One employer can't do anything about because they be like, and nobody else gonna fill this position for this amount. And my other employer, they're gonna be like, you realize you called me on caller ID? You remember now I got your number? You emailed me and I got your email and so I build a file. People don't realize it's like Tony. Tony contacted. He's like, yeah, your employee is spreading misinformation on Charlie Kirk. And I was like, oh, Tony, you didn't call Thomas Bishop, did you? And tell him that. You called Thomas the Bishop? You called the radio station? Yeah, Tony, I got your number and your contact information. I know where you live. What game you want to play? What game you want to play? You are aware of my family activism. I make donations when I can. I want to help more. I feel stuck. And Sunshine, you understand also that I got it. I got. Sometimes all I need is the help to do the work. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the work. I'm going. I'm going to do the fighting. I fight for those who can and can't. I'm gonna do the work. But sometimes, yeah, I appreciate the help because some people want you to do the work and they want you to all of it, and they just want to be like, well, I'm doing my part by cheering you on. I don't need cheers. I don't need pats on the back. I need you to help me feed those who have to be homeless, so I can take my dogs to bed sometimes. Just so I don't have to come out my pocket for so much. And even if it does become that, it's still you still know I do the work. I've never sold you. People don't realize I have never sold you a bus that didn't exist or an idea or concept that didn't exist. I don't. What was the question? Hello, you look so different. I know your voice. You know my voice? You listen to me on the radio? I appreciate it. I like to say, I appreciate any help, because you get to see it in spades in return. Hopefully, you'll see me in Washington, D.C. soon. Hopefully, y'all won't have to have a vigil for my bail money. But if you do, it was all for a good cause. It's all for a good cause. And it's the reality because sometimes you just need to see somebody else fight to inspire you. Sometimes you just need to see, because y'all know I go far. Shoot, who got Apple Pay? Who got Apple Pay? Who got Apple Pay? Steve, hit them up. I'm sure one of Brain or somebody has Apple Pay. You can send it to them and they'll forward it. Yeah, Steve, if you have Apple Pay, I'm sure one of them have Apple. I don't have any Apple. I have Apple account, but I don't have any Apple devices. I don't have Apple Pay. So I'm sure one of my moderators have Apple Pay. If you want to, you can send it to them. Trust me. I don't trust all my moderators. I trust. So uh, Rain got you, Steve. Steve Rain got you. DM Rain. He'll take care of it. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. So you avoid Apple like listen.
No, I avoided like it's what's the technology from Halo? What's the technology from Halo? The old technology. Or maybe I avoided like the technology from Starship Stargate Atlantis. Not the builders, but one of yes, that like I say, Rain is good. Y'all, I don't. It's not that I don't like Apple, especially now. Tim Cook has pissed me the fuck off. Tim Cook has picked all of them pissed me off, right? Tim Cook, gay white man, basically stumping for Donald Trump after everything that this administration is planning to do to the trans people is the bridge too far for me. Bridge too far. It might be superior technology, but it's still a bridge too far. And basically, Steve Jobs did all that technology in place anyway. So they're just riding the cusp of it. Have you seen the new iPhone? Even though I don't buy iPhones, I have friends that have them, or I look at them, and I'm like, there's nothing different in this iPhone in the last generation. Sometimes Samsung is like that too, but hey, I don't buy it either. But yeah. So it is what it is, right? I do appreciate that Apple don't let the feds into a lock phone. I'm gonna tell you what, the feds can't get into my phone if it's locked either. I have other safeguards. I have other safeguards. So, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. The device itself is not. It's the philosophy of that I watch unfold. And like I say, at the end of the day, also, if I had an iPhone, I don't care what Steve Cook was doing. I wasn't gonna throw it out. It's too much money to throw out. I've told you all how I feel. It's just like TikTok. TikTok is a tool. Yeah, TikTok is a tool. We use these tools to do what we need to do. That's why you never see me make a video on here crying. Yeah, y'all, you see Bella? Bella just moved in the background, didn't she? Yeah, she moved. Let me see. Camera doesn't follow me that low. Yeah, she moved and then she got back. She laid back down. All right. So, any questions for me? Tomorrow night, we're watching The Conjuring. Unless something major happens, I plan to start The Conjuring at 10 o'clock. That's my plan. My plan is to start The Conjuring at 10 o'clock. So I need you all to get plenty of rest, you old people. All you old people, all you old people, get your rest so we can watch the last two Conjuring movies tomorrow. I have the long walk, and hopefully I get him this weekend. I'll get him this weekend also, since I won't be able to make it to the movies to see it. But hopefully I'll get it, and I won't fall asleep. I'm not old. I'm young. Like I say, can we legit on you? I don't think everybody will. I really think the old people will fall asleep on that. You got 15 minutes to sing me happy birthday. 15 minutes, all I need. You're all I need to get by. I... Hold on, let me find. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all join in and wishing our sister Rain happy birthday.
The itsy bitsy washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, and you got a little itsy bitty spider in there. All right. Got an itsy bitty spider and the birthday. Rain, happy birthday. And thank you for everything. All of your support has over this past year has been invaluable. And thank you. And keep me informed on Joel. Rain live. I've already mentioned it enough time. If anybody comes stalking you, Rain, because of me, I will eliminate them. I promise. But Rain lives in Iowa, right? Right next door to me. I live in Kansas. Rain lives in Iowa, and there's always something going on in Iowa. It is always something going on in Iowa. We're texting back and forth because anytime it's like I know where I can get. It's like Mississippi. I know where I can get the lowdown on anything that happens in states that I've lived in because I have people that live there. But I never lived in Iowa. But Rain comes through all the time, and she always knows what I'm already talking about. I, I live under you. Okay, yeah, yeah. In Texas, just kidding. Jokes. Joke. I didn't say Nebraska, so we good. Um, it's all good. It's all good. All right, we're out of here. We're out of here, and I'll see you all. Like I say, have a beer. I live for you. I'm in Chicago. Check text. Petra. Petra. It's like they have to tell me to check text. 4 hours ago. Okay, 4 hours ago. The worst U.S. shooting on this day, excluding today. Excluding today, worse, a man killed his daughter and six grandchildren and then killed himself 15 years after accidentally killing his son while hunting. Okay. On this date, September 18th in 2014. What? What did I miss today? Okay. Also, I'm gonna tell you. I'm come back to you, Petra. I want to address this. Don't forget what I said about October 14th. If they pass the national resolution, what we're going to do. I've already. Don't forget what I said we're going to do. I talked about this already. That I'm not going to fight against the resolution. I'm just going to make sure if October 14th become National Charlie Kirk Day, we celebrate somebody else that was born on that day called George Floyd. October 14th will become George Floyd Day in the black community if they pass a Charlie Kirk National Day. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Y'all are committing to that with me. I will use my platform to make October 14th the unofficial George Floyd Memorial Day. Just like we use our platform to make Confederate Day, just make sure we celebrate Dr. King's birthday on that day. That is the plan. That is what we're committed to. And like I say, if this resolution passed, we pull up for George. I'm telling you, I will all across every social media I have, I will be celebrating George Floyd's birthday. I will be duetting and counter stitching celebrations to Charlie Kirk. And it's probably gonna pass. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a futile exercise to tell Democrats to not pass the resolution because they don't have the power to stop the resolution if it becomes that way. But that's what we're doing. 41 comments in the last 55 minutes. Good. Let's get it. Let's get it. Keep that up there. All that helps us. I like comments because it gives you something to respond to. I get to interact with you all. But that is what we're doing. National Pirate, don't give me any ideas. National Marksmanship Day. We have George Floyd's birthday celebration. We have National Marksmanship Day. We'll have Talking Out Both Sides of Your Neck Day. Trust me, I will come. I'm on it. I will be on it. Especially in my birthday month, they're going to wear red. What color are we going to wear for George Floyd? I'll work on it. Because if they're wearing red, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Because I have some things in mind. Mine are going to be like multicolors. Mine is like we're gonna all wear the Turning Point USA shirt with red on it. I got all kinds of things. Yep. No, black is nope, nope. We're not wearing black. There's a reason. Black is like when you wear a black badge to honor somebody who died. Nope, we're not wearing black. Purple is the color of royalty. Might do purple, but we're gonna come up with something that is totally insulting. Puke, puke, puke. Yeah, puke will become the color. Yeah, I don't know. We'll work on it. But yeah, hot pink. What's my favorite color? Who knows me well enough to know? Who knows what my favorite color is? Let me see who knows what my favorite color is. I'm gonna tell you, red is not my favorite color. There are two colors above red. Two colors. Red is my third favorite color. Yeah, gold is not. Light blue, no. Purple is my second favorite color. Purple is my second favorite color. Red is third. Purple is second. Nope. 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 You know blue not my favorite color, Petra. Black is not a color. Oh, okay. Really? Nope, not orange or yellow. Orange, I just wore. Listen, you mean you want me to break out my orange jumpsuit? Orange? No, just because I wore a lot of orange, it doesn't mean it's my favorite color. It's just the color they gave us in prison. Gray. I'm tired of y'all guessing. I did this. Gray is my favorite color. Yep. Gray is my favorite color. Purple is my second favorite color, and then red. All right, you all. It took you long enough. Now you get to it. Yeah. Y'all know what to do. Oh, I'm still why didn't anybody y'all keep telling me to log out of y'all kept telling me to log out of y'all didn't tell me to log out of